Welcome to the Stone and Wood Post Show. Another huge day of competition, the Sunday Scrap Fest, I think we'll call it. And we saw the world number one go down in that last heat of the day to Ethan Ewing. And Ethan, he wanted to rebound at a poor start to the year and happily signing some autographs here. He's one of the favourites at every event where that forehand can do its work, and he'll be hard to slow down once he gathers some momentum here in the West. Ronnie Blakey, joined by Richie Lovett, Jesse Starling, to break down a huge day. As I said before, tricky conditions, Jesse, and as a result, we saw a lot of really close heats. It was a scrap fest.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of maybe storylines go the other way, especially today, just considering how hard it was. We saw a lot of people chasing pockets rather than complete rides, and those guys who found the best total pockets, they came out on top.
Yeah, we still saw surfers, Rich, having to really commit. We got the women's quarterfinal set, we got the men's quarterfinal set, but we did lose some of the really informed surfers today.
Yeah, we did. I guess the most notable is the local favourite, Jack Robinson, out of the draw, which a big blow to the crowd because the headland here was as packed as I've ever seen it and as vocal as I've ever seen it, and they were expecting Jack to bounce back. He's had two pretty crook results off the trot now, so he needs to really bounce back on the Gold Coast. Yeah,
he does. You know, I think he could take comfort, though, in just throwing himself into this crowd. They absolutely loved him. They were actually calling him up the stairs, "We want Jack, we want Jack." So, like, you know, while it's a disappointing result, still celebrating his return to WA, and he's got his wife's birthday coming up in a couple of days, so they're going to hang out and enjoy this place for what it is.
Yeah, and this is his home, right? He spends a lot of his time on the East Coast now, but this is where he has so many childhood memories. You know, there's stories of him paddling up the Margaret River to go surf Margies. So he gets to lap up this local community that he doesn't really get to see too often anymore. So, yeah, it makes sense for him to hang around and watch the world's best do its thing.
Most definitely. We started the day with the women's third round to set up the quarterfinal bracket, and we saw the world number one keep her place in this draw and still with an opportunity to win a third Margaret River Pro title on the trot.
I said to Gabby in the post-heat interview, I was like, you have really proven that you can surf this wave in all types of conditions, and it's just incredible the power she possesses. I actually think, other than Molly's big standout combo excellent scores, Lakey was best on ground. She is so smooth, she had impeccable wave selection, and she's looking like she could add another wine barrel to her trophy cabinet as well.
Yeah, well, three of the four former winners in the mix getting through, and of course Carissa came up against Isabella.
Yeah, so former winner out here, or winners I should say, and Carissa just found a couple little gems on the backhand, but it was sort of a nervous heat, that one. It was a little bit scrappy, and they went kind of wave for wave, and I didn't get the feeling when Carissa came in, she was like, yeah, I kind of killed that, and the flow and everything went right. It was like, oh yeah, I kind of got a little get out of jail free card with that one. That could have gone, you know, totally the other way.
Yeah, she was chuckling a little bit out of frustration and just not being able to find the waves. But here we go. The quarterfinal bracket is set for the women. And again, great matchups with some of the young guns like Sawyer Lindblad is going to be really tested in that heat against Gabriella Bryan, but she survived a big heat with Betty Lou today.
Oh, and she looks so sharp. Her and Micro, you could see there was great amount of tactics, great decision-making skill. I actually love the look of quarterfinal heat number 3. Molly taking on Lulu. Molly's just had this incredible dominant run, but Lulu has been this absolute dream breaker in the first two events. She's taken down so many world champions, and I can't count her out just yet.
Yeah, the momentum she carried through last year, getting to a couple of finals, has certainly carried over into 2026. Quarterfinal number 4, don't want to miss that one. Caitlin Simmers, Carissa Moore, 2 world champs, and, you know, Carissa's sat back and kind of enjoyed and been inspired by Katie's performances these last couple of years, so it is going to be on in quarter 4.
Yeah, that's going to be a really cool matchup to watch. You know, that you've got the experience and the veteran style approach of Carissa, and from all kind of indication, she hasn't lost one bit. You know, at Bell, she was sharp. She'd get a great result, but I mean, the performances are there. And then Katie bringing that kind of new school energy, creative lines, and, you know, it's just going to be an awesome one to watch it unfold.
Well, Vaughan is standing by. He's tracked down the winner of the last heat. Let's hear from Ethan Ewing.
Ethan, congratulations. You've done something that no one else has been able to do, that this year, and that's take down Miguel Pupo, who's been on a hot one. But geez, the wind picked up as you guys were walking down the stairs.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't sure if how it looked from the land, but out there it felt like it. Yeah, definitely got a lot harder. And Miguel's been on fire. He's like my favourite goofy footer to watch. And yeah, unfortunately the waves weren't that good, but happy to scrape through.
What were you looking for out there, mate? Because you have Jerome here, obviously, in your corner, sort of steering you around the lineup. Is there something on a day like this that he was sort of steering you into?
Kind of just, I don't know, like steeper sections. If you can see anything, you pretty much have to roll the dice out there. Like, so many different looking waves, and there's waves that start off bad and end up good on the inside, and the other way around. So just kind of wanted to roll the dice, and we've kind of had 2 heats now here where it looks pretty fun, and then it's kind of like gotten really bad. So yeah, another scrappy one, but hopefully I can open up on the next heat.
Yeah, next heat, chalk and cheese battle with Idolo Frio coming up in that one. It must feel great to just sort of get past Bells and get here and get your year back on track.
Yeah, Bells is hard forecast, and yeah, didn't really get to open up there. But yeah, excited to be back here, and sounds like we could get some good waves, so pretty exciting.
Nice one, mate. Look forward to seeing you in that one.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you for...
Good luck at those things, mate. I thought the Seagulls were going to fly in and steal it.
Ethan Ewing, Rich, you heard him say 2 events now, and he still hasn't really had the opportunity to truly open up. And, you know, that's scary for the rest of the field. If he finds some big open face there, it is much like Gabriella Bryan against the field of women. When he finds that space, it's so hard to match him.
Yeah, and you've just got to get those scrappy ones done, though, and you've got to set yourself up to get to those heats, whether it's, you know, beautiful, groomed and offshore, and you get the benefit of having the open canvas to work on. And certainly he clearly feels like he hasn't even got the motor really humming yet. So look out when that happens.
Yeah, bring it on. It's going to be awesome to see. We're going to have a look at the Boost Mobile heat of the day now. And it was an easy pick. On paper, it was always going to go there. It delivered in the lineup too, Jessie.
I absolutely loved this heat between the 2 Colapinto brothers. Griffin, you know, being the older brother, was probably the pick for a lot of people to win. He went to be 2nd in the world last year, and he was surfing great. It's not like he wasn't holding back here, but Crosby, let's hear it for the little siblings right now.
Yeah, damn right. Amen.
Over his big brother, and you know what, fumbled a couple times, but made up for it for big, solid hacks here. And I just love the fact that, you know, they got a rematch from the man-on-man heat they had at Bells, and they both leveled up and lifted him. They were best friends by the time they made it to the shoreline as well.
Again. But yeah, Griff dropped the biggest number of the heat, Rich, that 7.83, but Crosby kept his cool in the dying stages to turn it in his favour with a solid performance here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a crazy last wave, big swoop, cut back, and really it was these final finishing moments here where he just totally blasted the back out of that wave. And that was the final moment. And you could see just how stoked Cros was to get the win. I mean, as you said, Jess, I think everyone kind of expected Griff to win it. So it was pleasing to see that, you know, Cros got it done, and I'm sure, you know, everyone was stoked. The sting, it wouldn't have lasted that long for Griff.
Yeah, solid numbers. Look how close it was in the scoreline. Love the post-heat interview with Crosby, Jesse. Just quick to say that Griffin's his hero, his idol, and he wouldn't be here without his brother sort of setting the tone. And you know that Griff will put the board in the rack or possibly pack it up now and pull out the pom-poms and try and cheer his bro onto a big result.
Absolutely. There was times, you know, growing up, I would come up against my big sister, True, and win, lose,
and smash her.
Yeah, beat her. No, win, lose, or draw. You know, if you lost, you wouldn't want to lose to anyone else but your sibling, and then you put the pom poms up and you go for them. And yeah, True was always very vocal. If I beat her, she goes, "You better win the comp now."
All right, well, we'll see. I think Crosby's got what it takes to win here. He's cracked the semis here just last year, so we'll see how far he can take this role. The big heat, Rich, you mentioned it earlier on Jack Robinson up against Gabriel Medina. That was the one that really saw the crowd turn out in force. They always do turn up when this event is on, but in particular, they turned up for Jack and they made plenty of noise for him. But Medina, he just So solid again. This was Jack's best ride.
Yeah, so Jack he was looking good, you know, looking ready to go. He'd put the work out. I don't think I'd seen anyone in the water in the free surfs as much as Jack, really putting the work in, dialing in the boards. And like I said, it was kind of another scrappy one. And even in Medina in the post-heat interviews, he was like, oh yeah, I sort of just kind of got it done, stitching these little waves together on his backhand, but just looking very strong as always, Jess.
Yeah, I really just love that Gabby is back, and I would say back and better. You know, he is looking so strong and so powerful, and to come into that, in theory, as kind of the underdog, which is crazy to say for Gabby Medina, but he wasn't the crowd favourite. You know, everyone wanted to see Jack win. It's his hometown, but just the way he navigated these lines, his stop-start, and his capability to generate speed off nothing is scary for the rest of the field.
Yeah, Medina's got this really amazing way of presenting a manoeuvre with kind of little speed and with very little time. He reacts really quick, throws that board up, makes it look dynamic, and then he kind of weaves and flows to the next point. So yeah, you can see the score lines weren't big, but he did enough.
Yeah, the crowd was behind Jack Robinson, but just Medina doesn't care who the crowd's going for as long as there is a crowd there. He's the ultimate showman. He turned up, he figured out that tricky lineup, and he said it himself, you know, it's always a good contest with Jack, but you know, he was really happy that he survived that heat and is onto another big result here. Let's have a look at the finals bracket on the men's side. Great matchups and big turnarounds for some competitors that fell out of the mix in their first heat down there at Bellsridge. Yeah, absolutely. Great to see. I mean, I can't go past heat number 3 to quarter 3 with George and Yago Dora, the world champ. And I'm sure you're looking forward to heat number 1 too. But I mean, look, each one of those quarterfinals is just so stacked. Ethan Ewing back in the mix again, you know, and he's starting to warm up. Yeah, it's looking like another strong event for the Brazilian Storm here in WA as well, and they're littered throughout the quarterfinal heat. So, you know, there's a really strong chance that we see a Brazilian chasing down the victory here in the West. But it's, you know, it's great to see the matchups that are coming together. And today on paper we had incredible heats, but sadly the conditions didn't come to the party. But the good news is, looking forward, the conditions look a bit cleaner, some more favourable winds. Yeah, definitely. We're going to take a little hiatus for the next couple of days and perhaps go and visit some wineries and have some very you know, rich lunches. But you know, towards the end of the week, even Wednesday, things are starting to look better again. So we'll keep a close eye on the Surfline forecast, and well, I guarantee you we'll get this thing done by the weekend. We're always blown away by the emerging talent in the regions that we visit, but we're always super impressed when we come here to the West, because often those that feature in the rising tides are paddling out into some serious swell, and that was the case here in 2026.
We're here on Monday for the Rising Tides 2026. Looks pretty hard, but hopefully us girls can find a couple and it should be super fun.
We're here to watch our best friend Lani surf and my sister.
Rising Tides is super awesome just to see every year how much better the girls are getting, especially here in Western Australia. I swear they are a different breed. They're fearless, the waves are wild, and they're all out there having a good time.
Like when you catch a wave and you're on it, you get the best feeling. Yeah, it's a beautiful feeling.
We were all once those young girls looking up to the girls on tour.
The winner is Paige Hayward, custom lost surfboard. Thank you so much. Oh my god.
So coming up from being at Bells, like, what's your best tip of like staying on that 5-3 competition? I think it's a fine balance between obviously celebrating the win.
I'd say coming here last year, being able to surf the box. And who are your favorite surfers?
I like Molly and Bronte and Jeff Ludlow.
On the tour right now is Molly and Steph.
Absolute legends, and doing a fantastic job out there. Rich, let's have a little look at the forecast. We know we're going to have some off days, but we've got a lot to look forward to. Yeah, we do. We got a new swell that's going to fill in. You can see where we are. We're actually below Perth
there on the top right corner, edge of Australia, southwest of WA, and these big purple blobs that are moving under Australia here, they're going to create all this energy over the next few days. And like we said, it's probably going to be like 20 feet and onshore, and just absolutely horrible. It's winery weather is what it is, and we'll take advantage of that. We might try and get a surf in somewhere, but yeah, it's going to have to be somewhere pretty sheltered. So next 4 days, Monday through Wednesday, you can see up to 20-foot faces, and then we are going to actually have a look at it on Wednesday, I think, and just monitor things as it hits us, and then on the way back down, that's when we can start to figure out whether we're going to get competition underway again. And then looking even further into the week towards the weekend, the winds start to go back round to the east. That means it starts to go back offshore. Things are going to be clean and groomed out. And that's when I think the contest organisers are really starting to froth.
Oh, we've got plenty to think about in the lead up to some huge clashes. These are our Hydrolite heats to watch. Quarterfinal number 4, Katie Simmers taking on Carissa Moore. And I think we can look forward to these two probably clashing quite a few times this season, Jessie.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like this is kind of Carissa beats Steph, but all over again in the form of Katie Simmers. She is arguably one of the stylish, smoothest, classiest surfers that we have on the women's side of the tour. And then Carissa, she's undeniably powerful. So this is going to be a matchup between smoothness and grace and power, and who can kind of figure out Margie's best during that heat. And probably the first time that those guys are really going to get a good go at battle.
Most definitely. Quarterfinal number 2 is the Hydrolite heat to watch on the men's side. Rich, how do you see this one going?
A really good matchup, mate. Goofy v Natural. Medina obviously has all the experience and confidence. You know, this might play into the mindset of Crosby. There could be some intimidation there of some sorts. In terms of kind of matching for their surfing, they're both so big and explosive. I think Cros is going to be able to match Gabrielle's power. It's just whether, you know, Cros can rise to the occasion and really take it to him. I can't wait for it. I can't pick a winner out of that one. It's actually too close.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Of course, on any day of competition at the championship tour level, we always have plenty of highlights to dive into. It's time for the BioGland Daily Dose. Starting at number 5, it was a very impressive performance from Caroline Marks, who went to work on the back end.
Yeah, looking so sharp, just big, solid hits up in the lip line as well. Not overcooking it, just belting it, keeping it really simple. And yeah, love her work.
Coming in at number 4, Medina eliminating the hometown favourite, Jack Robinson.
Yeah, it was a really cool matchup. And you know what? The local crowd, they do appreciate what Medina does out here. The former champion, he looked rock solid in tricky conditions and handled whatever pressure there was that the local lad brought. But he got the job done over Jack Robinson, who clearly disappointed. And he'll regroup, and we'll see him firing on all cylinders once we get to the Gold Coast.
Coming in at number 3, this guy's been in rare form in 2026. Sammy Pupo, razor sharp rails, dropping an excellent score here.
He's got a clock faster surfer today. He was just looking so sharp, so accelerated, getting a big, excellent number here up into the 8-point range, and just surfing beyond a level that we've ever seen before from Sammy Pupo.
Yeah, completely different look to him this year. Molly Picklum, the world champ, went out there. I thought she'd blown her own mind on this left, but she just said she couldn't believe that she got the opportunity to hit the lip a couple of times vertically on the back end.
Yeah, she got a really good number on a rare left, but this was perhaps the most convincing win of the day. Molly just took control. She really only took off on a couple of waves, and she made it count on each and every one. Just that power, undeniable. This is that special left-hander. Watch this, draws hard off the bottom, connects with the first section, and then she goes, hang on a minute, there's another one here, and just straight up into the lip again. 8 points, thanks for coming.
When someone gets the 2 best waves, they've got a massive advantage. When they surf them like that, they're near unbeatable. She got the jump on former winner Sally Fitzgibbons in that clash. Coming in at number 1, it was the battle between the Colapinto brothers and Crosby. A bittersweet victory for him, but he's taken it right through to the quarterfinals.
Oh, he is just looking so strong. And I mentioned it before when we broke down that heat, the fact that they both, you know, got opportunities and Crosby still came out number 1. He would be taking so much confidence knowing that his brother was second in the world last year.
Yeah, it was a big moment for Crosby, a real coming of age moment for him, getting a win over his hero, his ultimate hero, and yeah, he's going to have to continue to stay super focused and be at his very best, because he's got probably the toughest draw you can get here or anywhere in Gabriel Medina.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to get any easier, but that's surfing at this level. Our competitors are just so good at the moment. I love the way this tour is really delivering for us, and we got a whole year of it to go.
Well, let's go drink in everything that WA has to offer over these next couple of days, you two. Thanks for joining us for the Stone and Wood Post Show. Tune in on Wednesday, and you can always check worldsurfleague.com for highlights and updates. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Watch out, here we come, let's go. Give it all that we got, unstoppable. Push forward in the unknown. Yeah, we running this town and we're doing it proud. Sweat, tears, we go out and put the work in. Smoke rings around everyone for certain. Hotness, hot damn, keep it burning. You know what you heard, yeah, please do not disturb. We get your dreams are made of. We out here working while you sleep. Don't count on anyone to save us. You know that we're coming for keeps. We bring in the fire. Love is our weapon, it's taking us higher. We bring in the fire. The fire. We bring in the fire. Love is our weapon, it's taking us higher. Bring in the fire. The fire. Take us higher. Light a match, let it burn, world's turning. Set it off, up in smoke, yeah, you burned it. Don't look back, give you all, you got courage. Don't be discouraged, because you're worth it. We are what your dreams are made of. We out here working while you sleep. Don't count on anyone to save us. You know that we're coming for keeps. We bring in the fire. Love is our weapon, it's taking us higher. Bring in the fire. The fire. We bring in the fire. Love is our weapon, it's taking us higher. Bring in the fire. The fire. Take us higher. Higher and higher we go. We never stop, yeah, we're taking control. Higher and higher we go. We never stop, yeah, we're taking control. Higher and higher we go. We never stop, yeah, we're taking control. Higher and higher we go. We never stop, yeah, we're taking
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.